Episode of Raw Talent, jaw-dropping performances, and unforgettable highlights from day 2 of the auditions. With only 14 golden tickets left, the judges face even tougher decisions as they search for contestants who truly have what it takes. Tune in this Sunday, 8th of June at 7:30 p.m. MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Since the regulation came into being in 2000, the super funds have grown from just under 2 billion kina industry to now 20 billion kina.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of.
This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
World Environment Day commemorated. Governor Marum questions autonomy promise. And concerns raised on examination abolishment.
A very good evening. This is National MTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. As an initiative to help sustain the mangrove ecosystem, 500 samplings of mangroves were planted along the Pari village coastline.
As part of celebrating the World Environmental Day today, Total Energies and Kopkop College students have participated with Mangrove Relax Cooperative to plant mangroves to preserve the environment and to protect the seashores. Representing the grade 12 students from Kopkop College, Drionera Tebegetu, shared that an act like this sustains the ecosystem.
Is a young Papua New Guinean and will live to see the effects of, the ongoing effects of climate change and how disastrous it has been to not just Papua New Guinea but other Pacific countries. Initiatives like this with protecting the shorelines and planting mangroves really help in sustaining these ecosystems, as well as the marine life and the people that depend on these ecosystems for their livelihoods.
Sustainability is a core value of Total Energies. This has been the aim to protect the environment. Vice President for Operations at Total Energies, Selenia Garab, highlighted the values and activities giving back to the communities.
Energy consumption, reducing energy use and increasing efficiency in all our operations, and then we do carbon emissions, protecting the environment, engaging with local communities in their initiatives and what they're doing, and caring for where we operate in. So tying into that, Mipla can participate today lo planning more mangroves lo preserve him nari kisim back all solwara lo yumina help lo plastic pollution all this plus.
Nicole Rama, National MTV News.
The Mangrove Relax Cooperative have provided job opportunities for urban youths and youths that reside near Pari Village in Port Moresby. This cooperative farms livestock and crops to create employment.
The Mangrove Relax Cooperative started this initiative to employ youth who are on the streets without jobs and to provide better opportunities for them. The owner, Brian Wafi, is a lawyer by profession and a farmer who finds fulfillment in assisting to change some of the youth's lives. One of such youths, Samson Rex, now a vegetable supervisor, said he is thankful for Mr. Wafi for this employment opportunity.
So me am mas nam to thank you Brian Wafi lo. I'm sent live in blogger youth all through inside Papua New Guinea.
Supervisor Erickson Luke highlighted the idea behind Mangrove Relax Cooperative and how it started.
There's huge potential in youth, but youths are indulged in wrong activities. So if this fish pond activity can bring them here and put them together to make them busy, then I should have created I must create something bigger for them. So he expanded into poultry. I'm engaging people or something. So, right now, some space, some colleagues, so we move all our chickens to the other farm. But yeah, we build our chicken house, and then we go into vegetable farming now. We go outside, we start planting all banana, all kumu, corn, all fruits. So from there, we planning now. We got enough produce now. We start looking the market again. So time we making most of the workers are not technical people.
Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
Following up on the Prime Minister's support for Eastern Britain's autonomy last year, Governor Michael Marum raised questions on the progress of the autonomy process.
During the 30th anniversary of Rabaul volcanic eruption last year, Prime Minister announced his support of ENB gaining autonomy. Governor Marum said this statement raised high expectations among the people.
Our call for autonomy is not about separation.
He said autonomy is about empowering a province to make decisions on resource management and delivery of better services.
What actions have been taken since the announcement last year?
Prime Minister Marape explained the proposed autonomy.
And I noticed that autonomy conversation has been going on for a much longer time. I want to confirm that the last government did make mention and commit 3 provinces to be trial in the autonomous government arrangements. I want to also say here, in the same breath, that this autonomy conversation is not similar to the autonomous Bougainville government we have. They have their own distinct autonomous Bougainville government.
As ENB reflects on 48 years of its provincial government's work, Governor Marum acknowledged the work of the Autonomy Committee for progressing this agenda over the years. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
The Minister for Health, Alice Kapavore, gave an update and said efforts are ongoing to address the recently announced national polio outbreak.
With around 4 million children in the country estimated to be vaccinated against polio under this effort, the minister said the first national campaign is set to kick off in July.
Mr. Speaker, the first national campaign is scheduled to begin on the 21st of July 2025 with vaccines of about 4 million vaccines to be arriving between 16 to 20 of June this year.
He said the estimated cost of the 2 rounds of vaccination is about 88 million kina.
So far, 74 million kina has been secured through the 13 million kina from our government. Thank you very much to our government for the fast, quick response. The 5 million Australian dollars from the government of Australia. We thank them for the continued support to the Department of Health programs. $11.8 million from the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, and technical and logistic support from WHO, UNICEF, including a full cost of NOPV2 vaccine supply.
While highlighting ongoing efforts in response to this nationally declared outbreak, the minister circled back to the concern of border security.
Mr. Speaker, the genetic link to the Indonesia strain highlights the urgency of strengthening biosecurity capacity at the PNG-Indonesia border, as I've stated yesterday. We must scale up surveillance and immunization at these points of entry through the coordinated efforts by the Department of Health, Agriculture, Defense, Immigration, and Border Security to prevent future cross-border transmissions of polio and other infectious diseases.
Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News returns after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken's the best, I think, huh? Yeah.
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
EMTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. Experience another electrifying episode of raw talent, jaw-dropping performances, and unforgettable highlights from day 2 of the auditions. With only 14 golden tickets left, the judges face even tougher decisions as they search for contestants who truly have what it takes. Tune in this Sunday, 8th of June at 7:30 p.m. EMTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. Only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
We're back with National EMTV News. Following the first kidney transplant in May 14th this year, Health Minister Alice Kapuvore assured Parliament today that the transplant is safe.
During question time in Parliament today, the member for Thalassia posed a series of questions on the legality of the first ever kidney transplant conducted at the Port Moresby General Hospital.
Can the Minister confirm whether Papua New Guinea currently has a comprehensive legislative framework that governs organ and tissue donation and transplantation? If not, what steps are being taken to develop such law? Number 2 question, is there a law in place that regulates the process of organ donation in PNG, including donor consent, organ matching, and protection against commercial organ trade?
The Health Minister in response gave assurance that the transplant is bounded by 3 laws.
There are 3 important law covering this space long kidney transplants. Unled law and immigrant policy. Law 14th of May 2025, the NEC approving surgical obstetrics and anesthetic policy on that very day in the evening of the approval. Even got the first operation case come up. So we are covered, fully covered.
Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
Former public servant Sydney Keroa has criticized the government's decision to abolish grade 8 and 10 exams, warning of potential impacts on education quality. Keroa also stressed on the need for the government to improve teachers' salaries, recognizing educators as vital to the nation's human resource development.
Former public servant Mr. Sidney Kerowa has voiced concern over the government's plan to eliminate the grade 8 and 10 examinations. He argues that this policy poses a significant challenge for PNG's future and urged the government to reconsider its decision.
I want to say that I got some basic background of education, that the country is getting a graveyard by throwing out the examinations. I appeal to you, Honorable Minister for Education, Honorable Prime Minister of our nation, and I appeal to the members of Western Islands, the Governor, reinstall examination system at grade 8, at grade 10, at grade 12. In that way, the child will check whether the child is doing well in school or not, progressively.
Mr. Kerowa also emphasized the importance of fair compensation and improved working conditions for teachers nationwide. He underscores that teachers are crucial in shaping the country's future human resources.
Teachers better. Provide a good accommodation for them. Give them good, salaries. Give them good conditions. And these guys, these ladies and gentlemen, they have to be disciplined, not only with academic discipline, but general behavior, that they got to be in the classroom from 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock, like in those days. They cannot leave the classroom, I'm on the payroll, take off. So they are very important people. In the next 50 years, I appeal to our politicians, our honorable politicians, to pay the education that teachers. I'm an old man, I'm not going to be a teacher again, so I'm not asking for wages myself. But I'm saying that pay the teachers well so that they can train our kids well.
Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Alluding to the great potential in PNG's agriculture sector, veteran agricultural expert Sidney Kerowa said a grassroots government approach is needed. He criticized the failure of financial aid reaching small farmers.
Calling PNG's agriculture sector a sleeping giant, veteran agricultural expert Sidney Kerowa calls for a grassroots-level approach by the government.
Agriculture is an untapped giant of cash-earning program. We have not tapped into it. Our nation had talked about agriculture on newspapers. We have been producing on the newspapers. We have been producing in the media. We have not been producing on the ground.
Kerowa, with 4 decades in the field, criticized the inaccessibility of government financial aid for small farmers and advocated for a transition from importing to exporting agricultural products over the next 50 years.
And the government says they're putting money into the banks for us to borrow. But when we go to borrow, the money mysteriously is borrowed by some special person. The little farmer who's struggling does not borrow that money. I tried to be a poultry farmer. I tried to go and borrow. They said, Kerowa, sorry, the money is gone. Who got it? We don't want to talk. Stop importing cattle, beef. We can stop importing pork. We can stop importing poultry. I've been in the agriculture industry around the country over 40 years. I'm an old man now. The potential in Papua New Guinea is so big, so big. The people are hardworking. What's lacking? It's good policy coordination. It's discipline of policymakers, discipline of our politicians, of our public servants. And somebody's got to get up and say, yes, we'll do it. We're not going to do it on paper, but we're going to do it practically. We're going to get out and turn Papua New Guinea into a food bowl for the Pacific. We're going to export it to the Pacific, export it to Asia, export it to Africa. We can do it.
Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
The construction and expansion of Maramuni Road in Wabeg has begun to allow the transportation of materials for the Maramuni Rural Hospital project.
Wabeg member Dr. Lino Tom confirmed that the Wabeg-Maramuni section of the Enga-Sipik Highway was upgraded from near Repeat to Pasalangus Government Station, as this section had been a challenge for transportation. Dr. Lino said that the road expansion will allow for the safe and efficient movement of users
including the transportation of construction materials for the hospital project, with the vision to develop Pasalangus Government Station into a rural township. Dr. Lino stated that surveys and feasibility studies have already been conducted. The 30 million Kina Hospital project is funded by the Asian Development Bank. Meantime, the project bid is out by public tender and the actual construction will begin soon. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Hiri Koyari member Keith Iduhu has raised a concern on the 23-kilometer road between Laloki Bridge and Brown River. Mr. Iduhu revealed that the deteriorating road is not safe for the travelling public.
In Parliament today, Hiri Koyari member said as a result of rainfall and flooding yesterday, the 23-kilometer stretch of road was deemed dangerous by the travelling public.
An 149 million Kina contract has been awarded to Hebo Construction, and the works has not commenced, although the contract has been executed and well published. I understand there has been some litigation. I understand also that the litigation has come to conclusion.
He asked a series of questions directed at the Works and Highways Minister on the road rehabilitation program.
If the Good Works Minister could also give an undertaking or inform the House if there could be some emergency works done along this stretch of road pending the main contracts being done to be commenced.
This was Minister Miri Sim's response.
We have gone to the court again, second time, and Hebo has won the court case already. And we're given commencement letter to commence very soon.
Roads serve as important infrastructure and economic corridors for communities. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
Paradise Foods Limited announced the regional winners for the 2025 Smart Start School promotion. 4 schools from the 4 regions will receive 44,000 Kina and school grants as grand prize.
Paradise Foods Limited announced the regional winners in respective regional centres around the country. The schools are Hagita Primary from Alotau, Buim Road Primary in Ley, Revat Primary in Kokopo, and Aganti Primary in Mount Hagen. Marketing Manager Rebecca Hoja explained on the promotion and how the schools will benefit.
So the promotion has been running for the last 3 years. The purpose of the promotion is as a way to give back to the community. We specifically did the prize as a school grant to give back specifically to the school with the highest number of valid entries. The way that they receive the school grant is they submit a quotation and that for whatever project that they have.
Ms. Oja said 1,000 students will also receive consolation prizes, respectively through a nationwide draw which was conducted today. Regional Sales Manager for Southern Region, Kilahali, witnessed the announcement of the Southern Region winner and draws conducted for consolation prizes. The draw was done at the Paradise Foods Port Moresby office, located at Gordon's.
For example, it's Hagita. We'll get them to give us a quotation for materials that they may require for the school or stationary staff for desk and whatnot. And then we fulfill the quote, and then they pick up and they do the projects. So they may need water tanks and whatnot. So
the promotion started in 2022 and is expected to continue next year. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NESFAR market report. The Kina closed unchanged at $0.2436 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.2361 $0.3609 Australian dollars, 0.1988 euro, 33.32 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copra closed lower, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News returns after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we check out the Sports Envoy program and the exchange with the Valley Hunters Club. We visit the U.S. Embassy for a wrap-up of the Sports Envoy program, the Prime Minister's Golf Challenge, PNG go up against Fiji in soccer. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. To boost health services in Western Province, the Latter Day Saints Church has donated imported medical equipment to Daro Hospital, aimed at improving screening and patient care services.
The donation includes an ultrasound machine, an X-ray digital component, and a hematology analyzer. The items were handed over yesterday in Daro with Dr. Timothy Danaya and Curative Services Director Lucy Morris, who received them on behalf of Western Provincial Health Authority. The partnership began after the hospital requested help to improve services. These machines will now support better diagnosis for patients needing scans and screenings. LDS spokesperson Brett praised former hospital manager Sister Janice Warure for reaching out. He said the church is ready to support more projects in Western Province. Ms. Morris thanked LDS for the timely donation and called for more private sector support. Meanwhile, Dr. Danaya said more equipment like a defibrillator is still needed and he hopes the support will continue. Lauren Jimal, National MTV News.
Joa Technical and Vocational Education Training Center in Oro Province has received learning materials for flexible, open and distance education students who enrolled there last month.
Provincial Food Coordinator Cecilia Gangai emphasized on the importance of ensuring equal access to education across remote places.
Lifestyle. So the service brought to your doorstep is indirectly saying...
She said that they want to ensure that every student has the same opportunity to access quality education despite where they live. Joa TVET Center Manager Daniel Polycarp expressed gratitude for the continued support from the Education Division. He said the whole idea is to promote public and private partnership for the school to meet certain requirements to move the Joa TVET Center forward. The visit is part of the Department of Education's broader effort to reach students in remote areas and improve access to education opportunities. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
To news abroad, Australia and other nations have been hit with a 50% tariff on all steel and aluminium exported to the United States, which is the latest move in Donald Trump's trade agenda.
Donald Trump's 50% tariffs on steel and aluminium have now come into effect, with the White House calling for major trading partners to argue why they should not be hit with other tariffs. As the new tariffs have come in, the Trump administration has sent a letter to all major trading partners asking them to make a trade offer before Washington decides what level of tariff to impose on other imports next month. Australia has been hit with the tariffs, but government sources have told the ABC that Australia has not received a best offer letter from the US, at least so far. Trade Minister Don Farrell says the new tariffs will hurt consumers and businesses who rely on free and fair trade and are not the act of a friend. Australia will be hit by these steel and aluminium tariffs. Last year, Australia exported more than 240,000 tonnes of steel to the US. But now the real battle begins. The letter from the Trump White House says to major trading partners, tell us what concessions you will make to us before we decide what additional tariffs to impose on you. It will be done country by country. It's not clear exactly why Australia has not received such a letter. But what is clear is that Australia, like all countries, needs to perform at its best to try to convince Donald Trump not to impose punitive tariffs.
Meanwhile, the US President Donald Trump has just signed a proclamation banning travel from 12 countries, citing national security concerns.
The proclamation fully restricts and limits the entry to nationals from 12 countries: Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan and Yemen. The entry of people from 7 other countries, Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan and Venezuela, will be partially restricted, the officials said. The countries facing the total ban were found to, quote, be deficient with regards to screening and vetting and determined to pose a very high risk to the United States. That's according to a statement provided by the White House. So that breaking news that US President Donald Trump has signed that proclamation banning travel from 12 countries. We'll have further updates as they come to hand.
US President Donald Trump has flagged that Vladimir Putin will seek revenge on Ukraine for its daring drone attack on a Russian military base after a phone call with the two leaders.
Kyiv has released new footage on Sunday's coordinated strikes that took place deep inside Russia. Ukraine claims it damaged or destroyed more than 40 warplanes in an operation more than a year and a half in the making. It targeted Moscow's strategic bombers used to conduct nightly strikes on Ukrainian towns and cities. In a social media post, Mr. Trump says he had a good conversation with the Russian leader, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace. He added President Putin did say, and very strongly, that he will have to respond to the recent attacks on the airfields.
No food was delivered to hungry Palestinians in Gaza yesterday, as the Israeli military says talks with the new agency that it's allowed to deliver aid.
The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, this new agency that the Israeli government wants to replace the United Nations coordinated aid system in the Gaza Strip with, paused its distributions yesterday. It did so it could hold talks with the Israel Defense Forces about ways to reduce incidents around those so-called secure distribution sites. Gaza health authorities say since Sunday, more than 80 Palestinians have been killed around those sites while trying to collect these aid parcels distributed by the GHF. The Israeli military has blamed Hamas, the Palestinian militant group, for that violence. It says its soldiers only fired warning shots when they were approached by people acting suspiciously, and denies that the IDF killed or shot any civilians inside the secure distribution areas. The UN, though, is calling for an immediate independent investigation into the killings. It's also saying that the current aid system is grossly inadequate and has allowed aid delivery inside Gaza to become militarised. It wants the Israeli government to reopen all the crossings into the Gaza Strip and allow aid to be distributed by those international agencies at scale. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation says that its centres are expected to reopen today, but there's only 3 of them and more than 2 million hungry people who need food.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Rugby Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to True Kai Sports. The PG Hunters are preparing for a big clash this weekend. Coach Paul Ayton is backing young playmaker Gairo Voro, urging him to tighten up his defense against the Dolphins.
Gairo Voro has been one of the Hunters' exciting players this season. But after a sneaky defensive effort last week, Coach Paul Ayton says it's time to step up. Speaking yesterday after the SP Hunters training session, Coach Ayton gave an highlight of the young playmaker.
You know, we've worked with him, you know, all season. He's come a long way, as you probably know, and he's a really good young kid, and he's very coachable. So we took him aside, you know, went over video with him, and we have, you know, every confidence that he's going to go and do the job like he's done before. So sometimes just might be a little bit quiet, you know, a little bit of less talk on the field, and that affects you completely. So we just did a little bit then, and he was right on. So I'm looking for a big defensive effort from him.
Voro scored 3 tries in this season and provided 7 try assists from 10 appearances. But defense, says Ayton, is where the young 5'8" must now focus. Coach Ayton further stated what he expected of Voro.
I really think he's got more. He's got more, obviously more understanding to come. He actually understands more than you think, but I think he's got more to give as well, most definitely. His understanding of the game is pretty good. I think more will come. More will come.
Ayton, impressed by the junior Kumuls product, believes the young star has the talent to progress to higher levels of the game. Joel Mipari, True Kai Sports.
In an announcement today, Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League and Santos PNG Orchids have reappointed their coach, Tani Norris, reaffirming their trust in proven leadership.
Backed by consistent leadership and past success, the PNG RFL Chief Executive Officer, Stanley Hondina, has officially reappointed the Orchids head coach, leading to the World Cup in 2026.
Someone who's been part of the game at large at the international space in Women's Rugby League, has got an impressive resume dealing with the girls' game and growing the girls' football and the footprint across Australia. We're extending the services of Tani Norris again for another 2 years leading into the World Cup 2026.
In support of the appointment was Santos PNG Orchids chairlady Celestine Ove.
Tani's wealth of skills and experience to be passed on to the national coaching staff, as well as the trainers and the PNG RFL staff. So we really look forward to seeing the Orchids continued growth, and have every trust in Tani and the PNG RFL Women's Rugby League team, seeing the growth and development of the Orchids team.
The appointment comes after a month of review and consultation with players and key officials who praised the approach to team development. With gratitude for the appointment, Norris maintained determination for the PNG Orchids.
And the impact that it's going to have. And to be appointed for 2 years in a lead up to the World Cup and be able to be part of the growth of the sport is really exciting for me. I can see there is so much potential here, which, you know, I'm super excited about the Santos Cup.
With the coach staying on, the Orchids are focused on growth, unity and international success. Joel Mipari, True Kai Sports.
True Kai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream. Gullah Cone Ice Creams.
Gullah Stick Ice Creams and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
Since the regulation came into being in 2000, the super funds have grown from just under 2 billion kina industry to now 20 billion kina.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed presence.
Papua New Guinea loses between 20 and 25% of its national budget to corruption, fraud, waste and error each year.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Excitement is growing in Kerema as the local basketball league heads into round 10. With 5 rounds left before the finals, teams are fighting hard for playoff spots.
The Kerema Basketball League will enter round 10 this Sunday, June 8. Just 5 more rounds left before the finals. The race for the top 4 spot is close, and every game from now on is very important. Fans enjoyed 9 rounds of exciting matches at the Kerema outdoor courts with strong support from the local community. This weekend's games are expected to be intense. The Mixed Mates men and KCS's Kings women are aiming to keep their form strong. Teams like the Eben Folks and Trailblazers will also try to improve their positions. KBL President Samson Sepu said this is one of the competitive seasons the league has seen in the years. He thanked the community and encouraged everyone to continue supporting their teams. Games will be played at the Kerema outdoor courts and entry is free. Fans are urged to follow the KBL Facebook page for updates on results and fixtures. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
To overseas sports, Novak Djokovic has record extended a 51st Grand Slam semi-final after beating Alexander Zverev in 4 sets in the French Open quarterfinal.
After dropping the opening set, the 24-time Grand Slam.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we check out the Sports Envoy program and the exchange with the Valley Hunters Club. We visit the U.S. Embassy for a wrap-up of the Sports Envoy program, the Prime Minister's Golf Challenge, PNG go up against Fiji in soccer. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number 1 to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And we take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby, sunny to possible brief showers, rain drizzles and inland thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy periods with squally showers and rain and possible thunderstorm. Kerama, cloudy with occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Alotau, cloudy with occasional showers and rain and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, becoming cloudy with evening heavy showers and rain and possible thunderstorm. To the Momase region, Lay City, cloudy with frequent heavy rain showers and thunderstorm. Medeng, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, cloudy with evening moderate to heavy rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Vadimo, cloudy with evening rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with few evening showers, rain and possible thunderstorms. Kavieng, partly cloudy with few evening showers and drizzles. Coco Port Rabaul, cloudy with evening occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, partly cloudy with occasional evening rain showers and rain and possible thunderstorms. Buka, cloudy with occasional evening showers and rain and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, cloudy periods with heavy showers and rain and possible thunderstorm. Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy periods with heavy showers and rain and possible thunderstorms. Looking at the small ships forecasts, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Karamal to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters. Waters of east of Samarai to Millen Bay and all its islands to Cape Vogel, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters. Waters of north of Cape Vogel to Hoengal to Finchafen, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Finchafen and CRC Island to Long Island to Medang, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Ireland to New Britain and Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Looking at the ocean forecasts, Coral Seas, seas moderate to rough, southeast to southerly winds of 20 to 33 knots. Solomon Seas, seas light to moderate, southeast to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas smooth to slight, southwest to westerly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas smooth to slight, northwest to westerly winds of 5 to 10 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that was the news, sports and weather for Thursday the 5th of June 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.